a new legendary hero mech, and game balance changes. These are the patch notes for Mechwarrior Online in July 2024. Hi friends, I'm still TTB. Let's talk about the latest MWO news. The patch notes, the patch is going to happen on July 23rd. As always, it's going to be a Tuesday. And we're going to be getting a new legendary battle mech, the King Crab Argent. New weapon adjustments, somebody mistypoed there. Some mech adjustments and some mech quirk adjustments. And they're also talking about the launch of the MWO Comp Championship Series 2024 Tournament Supporter Pack that will go live with the patch as well. And of course, we will have a look at what's in that pack, and I will keep you guys updated as soon as possible. Those packs over the past couple of years, there's always like a couple of mechs in them, a new Warhorn that's always really cool, a couple of colors. It's always worth it. It's always been worth it, in my opinion, but I'll do a separate video on them when those launch. Also, remember, there's still the Beach Party 2024 loot bags and pick a prize heroes event going on. Currently in phase 1, but phase 2 will also start in about 1 or 2 weeks. And remember to claim your loot bags and remember to claim your mechs. And yes, so many of you guys have approached me to say, TTB, can't you do a buying guide for the hero mechs in there so we can choose like which mechs to pick? And okay, all right, we'll do one. All right, you guys asked for it, we'll do one. Okay, we'll also have a 2-week patch science sale that will go live with the patch, and that will include the equipment, weapons, and applicable battle mechs as usual. Here is our new legendary battle mech, the King Crab Argent. Of course, that one will always come again with a battle pass that you can just do at your leisure, where you can get extra GSP, C-bills, MC premium time, and exclusive cockpit items, decals, colors, and bolt-ons. And there's no expiration date on playing that battle pass. Take as long as you need, which of course is always fair. The new mech will sell for 15 bucks, which is just the normal pricing, and it will also have a 30% C-bill boost out, and of course the custom paint job. Now, King Crab Argent, let's have a look at this bad boy. Looks quite nice, has like a chin laser right here. Energy mounts on the inside of the crab claws, and a high mounts left and right next to the humps up here, like the crab torsos. That's kind of nice to see. The ballistics will be inside the claws as well as on the side torsos as well. We haven't seen the quirks yet, unfortunately. There's nothing posted about the quirks, although there is something here. Maybe they added the screen. That's the screenshot is new. I haven't seen that one yet. It's just not clickable though, but don't you worry, guys. We will make it clickable. Now, let's zoom in a little bit. All right, the King Crab Argent is going to come with a light engine 300. It's going to have 2 heavy PPCs, 4 light AC5s, triple medium pulse lasers, and Guardian ECM. This is the first and only King Crab that will have access to Guardian ECM. That's kind of nice. Here's how it looks. It says Divine Intervention at the front, which is kind of cool. It's a couple of nice logos on there, a couple of like Roman numerals and laurels and whatnot. Interesting. There's probably a good story about this mech. Looks nice. It looks pretty cool. Of course, how good it's going to be, that is going to be on a different level. We will have to look at the quirks right here. The quirks are 15%. It's hard to see, guys, but just trust me when I read this. 15% Ultra AC Jam Chance, 10% heat, Inner Sphere Autocannon 10, heat scale limit +1. Okay, that's a new one. That is a new one and an interesting one, because this will allow you to shoot 3 UAC 10s at the same time. And that is an interesting one. That is an interesting one. I like that. I like that. That makes this mech very interesting. It kind of shoehorns it into that kind of build, unfortunately. But I can also see other builds possible right here. Light AC5s with lots of like light PPCs or just normal PPCs. It's a 100-tonner after all. You can go very thick with this. I can see using the high mounts for some shenanigans. You've got the Guardian ECM to keep you safer. This has the potential to be a pretty good one. Is it going to be better than the Kaiju Hero mech? I don't know. I don't think so, but it could be different and as good, maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to try it out. I'm definitely curious to try it out. And these definitely look like a little bit of better quirks, I would say, than what they did with the Behemoth. All right, zooming back to normal levels, let's see what else we get with the Argent patch. Weapon adjustments. The Thunderbolt 5 missile will have reduced cockpit shake by 2/3. That is nice, so they're taking that down a little bit. What I'm still not reading here is that they're reducing the CT seeking feature of the Thunderbolts, as well as I don't see any news about LRMs or ATMs still being leg seeking on oh so many mechs, which is a little bit of a problem. Like if you've ever been rained upon with ATMs at like 800 meters range by a Timberwolf in your Executioner, and the only thing, literally the only thing that gets hit is your leg by a weapon that's supposed to spread, and something's wrong with the coding. So yeah, I mean, yes, that's a change that needs to happen, absolutely. But the homing development or the homing behavior of those missiles, all missiles, I would say, is something that needs to be taken a look at. Mech adjustments, Piranha Delta, acceleration and deceleration stats now similar to the Flea 17. Commando Al variants, the torso yaw angle limit is increased to 120 degrees to each side from 95, so that means that the commando is going to be more brawly now in its ability to twist left and right. The Behemoth has the lower arm actuators removed from both arms, and the max engine rating is increased to 350, plus there are some other mech quirk adjustments in the mech quirk adjustments section. Okay, so this, who cares? Mech quirk adjustments. Here we go. Piranha. The Piranha Bravo gets 40% ballistic range and 40% plasma PPC cooldown. So that could be interesting for like a plasma AP Gauss kind of build. You're not going to have that many weapons, of course, because the Piranha is just a lightweight, but or maybe it's just either or section right here where you can run AP Gauss or plasma. We'll see. But interesting quirks, bold quirks that might make these weapon systems viable on the chassis. Piranha Delta gets 15% heat dissipation, and the survival boost consistent with the Piranha 3. All linebackers have had their armor increased by +9 on left torso, CT, and right torso. Here is a overview. Of course, this is backwards because this should be the previous value. This should be the new value, but for some reason they just turned it around. So new values right here. Interesting. Hopefully they will bring more linebackers to the battlefields because the linebacker is kind of a little bit of an endangered species these days. The Catapult Ferroblast, legendary mech from last month, gets an extra 8 armor to its arms. 8. The mech that suffers from its arms being blown off left and right gets 8 extra armor. That is, so now you can tank 1 more red fart. I don't know how much this is gonna do. If this was like 15 extra armor, 20 extra armor, I would be like, okay, that might do something. 8? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it's more free armor on the mech, but is it gonna make it any better? A tiny bit. Is it gonna be enough? I don't know. So I think this doesn't go far enough in my opinion. The Marauder Bravo gets 50% less critical hit chance receiving. Definitely want to make sure that we check out that mech, because we could do some really, really cool builds here that can tank themselves down to the bone. The Longbow, 13 NAIS. The AC5, light AC5 heat skill limit has been reduced to +1 from +2. This is fixing a redundant quirk value to avoid confusion. Okay. And then here is the Behemoth. So we already said it's getting, what was it getting? I've already forgotten. The lower arm actuators have been removed, and the max engine rating is now up by 25, from 325 up to 350. Of course, this being a inner sphere assault mech, which means that you don't easily get to enjoy the super light Clan XL engines. But yeah, you can bring a bigger engine now. You're just gonna bring even less weapons than the Clan counterpart. But we will have to look, of course, at what kinds of quirks we're receiving to help out with that a little bit. So here's one quirk that I was asking for. Critical hit chance receiving up from -10% to something meaningful. We're getting -25%. For a mech that size and that easy to shoot on the frickin' side torsos, this is not enough. This is not enough. Nope. If this was 50%, okay. 25? I don't see it. It's a tiny improvement. How much is it gonna do? Not much. And then we get 15% rotary autocannon rate of fire. Okay, 15% more DPS for X. No heat scale limit. or other cool things, unfortunately. So, I mean, we're gonna test the rack build, I guess. We'll see how it feels. But my initial gut reaction is PGI. And I'm gonna be honest with this because you guys know me as the assault mech guy, and I'm gonna be very honest here. PGI, sorry, but with the Behemoth, you delivered a little bit of a lemon. Nobody that I talk to that plays this game a lot and is good at the game really enjoys playing the Behemoth a lot. So, are these quirks gonna help make it better to a point where people will be happy that they got the Behemoth? I don't think so. I think this is not going far enough. And I think you should definitely, I mean, of course, look at the data. I don't have access to the data. I can just speak from my gut. My gut feeling is that the Behemoth was a lemon when it released. Now it's a little bit less of a lemon, but it is still pretty citrusy. So I would really like to see some cool stuff moving forward with the Behemoth. For example, AC 10 hit skill limit +1. That would be an idea. Or how about, bear with me, ballistic weapon hit skill limit +1. You could do 2 UAC-20s. You could do 2 AC-20s. You could do triple rack 5s. With the extraordinary autocannon fire rate, that will be insanely cool. And it's rack 5, it's not going to be overpowered. Same thing with rack 2s. So maybe ballistic weapon heat skill limit +1 would be an idea. And if it's too powerful, then there's other areas that you can adapt that, right? That's just me. Just shooting from the hip right now. But yeah, I've spent too much time on this already, guys. You guys know how I feel about the Behemoth. I want to love this mech, and I just can't because it fails flat so far. And I don't think these changes are going far enough. With all due respect, I'm sorry. I think there needs to be more done here. Okay, so that was the overview of the patch. My highlight in this patch, 100% is the King Crab right here. It's gonna have the same King Crab issues as always. It's gonna be a wide mech. It's gonna probably struggle with convergence because you're shooting high shoulder, arm, and CT. So targets moving left to right and whatnot, they're gonna struggle with convergence a little bit, for sure. But it's got ECM, and it's gonna allow for some interesting builds. Plus it has this cool, and I like that, Ultra AC-10 heat skill limit +1. I like that a lot. I just wonder why the Behemoth didn't get better quirks. Well, that has been my patch review, guys. Let me know what your top item of the patch is, and if you have played the Behemoth, let me know if you had the same results as I have, and let me know what you think of the changes that are going to happen in the next patch. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comment section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.